Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning into my new podcast, Xena Life as a Dominatrix. Episode 4, I will be discussing like a little Q&A. I've received questions from you all, and I thank you for these questions. So I'm going to do my best at answering your questions. All right, question number 1 from Anonymous number 1. How long of a tickle session have you ever done? Ooh, that's a really good question. Can you imagine being tickled for hours and hours and hours? Well, I enjoy tickling. I love a good laugh. I also laugh when I'm tickling because it's humorous when I tickle my tickle victim. So, laughter is the best medicine for anything, really. So, to answer your question, how long have I ever tickled somebody before in one session? 3 hours is the answer, if you could imagine that. 3 hours is myself and two of my lady friends back in Chicago, and very, very fun individual enjoyed visiting me in Chicago, and basically I would tie him down and tickle him. And it was and is so much fun to tickle. Basically, I would say, okay, just let me know if it's too much for you. And boy, oh boy, uh, he could go on and on and on, just laughter, laughter, laughter. I'm like, of course I would give him water for a little break here and there. And myself, I would also need a little break from all that tickling. So, yeah, 3 hours is the answer. And that was the longest in one session. 3 hours, myself and two of my girlfriends. And also, I believe I had seen him again for another 3 hour session just with myself and him. And boy, oh boy, just the laughter in the room. Oh my goodness. It was and is always like hysterical, just tickling somebody and watching them trying to get out of the bondage and and just be tickled and tickled and tickled while my nails just digs in and tickles some more, and just it's so much fun. And yeah, that's the answer. 3 hours. Anonymous number 2. Where can I get a good paddle? Um, that's a good question too. So where could I get a good paddle? Well, I mean, there's online BDSM stores where each product will usually have a review. Some reviews might say, "Oh, this is the best paddle, most sturdiest paddle, most my partner loves this paddle, this and that." However, I would recommend also seeing the paddle in person and feeling out the paddle, seeing the quality, asking, if it's going to break, things like that. You don't want a paddle to break. A very good quality paddle. There's different types of paddles. Like when I first started into this lifestyle, I would like buy like hairbrushes or egg beaters, where like that, like, believe it or not, like an egg beater, egg whisk, I believe it's called egg whisk. Those hurt like a motherfucker because it's made of metal. So that metal impact, you would have to be gentle with using like a metal paddle. There's all different types of paddles, like leather, rubber, metal. Yeah, and some of them are great quality and some are not. So it's really important to, get a good quality paddle. So the a lot of paddles I have are wooden paddles because boy, they hurt like a motherfucker. So, and plus I've had them for years and years and years, and it's rare that I break a paddle because the paddles I have are just really good quality. So also there are people like that will hand make paddles too, but you got to know the right person to do that. And yeah, their craftsmanship, it's just really incredible making paddles. So yeah, online or in person is the best bet. But yeah, like even like a little hairbrush would do the trick, or um, also your hands are also fantastic. But um, yeah, and also leather paddles. Some leather is not real leather, and some is real leather. But once again, you got to make your best judgments. Feel it. Like if you go to a fetish store in person, just feel the quality. Ask the owner, "Hey, is this a good paddle?" Some prices might range. Um, $30, $50, 70. I mean, it all depends as to um, what material the paddle is made of. So I hope that answered your question. Okay, question number 3. What's the strangest fetish request I have ever received? Um, I, that's a difficult question because some people might find foot fetish strange, or some people might find ball busting strange, or um, uh, being encased in a leather body bag strange. For me personally, it's not strange, but a fetish that was really like different that I've received. Oh boy. Well, okay. Some people have a fantasy of being castrated, and I'm like, no, 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 no. I will not do that. That is, I don't do medical procedures, first of all. Second of all, you would have to, personally see a doctor for a procedure such as that. But that is a lot of people's fantasies of being castrated. If you could, imagine that, like you might think like, wow, why? Well, they might have different reasons for having that fetish fantasy of being castrated. Their lover might say, oh, well, you're like, they might enjoy the humiliation aspect, like, oh, you have little balls, you have pathetic little balls. A lot of people are into humiliation as well, or being slapped in the face, and you might find that strange too. But that's, that is a kink, of course. And but for me, castration, it might be like up there for me, because first of all, I never do that. Um it's just a hard limit. First of all, and second of all, it's just a lot of people's fantasy. So I might talk about it like as a fantasy, like, oh, how would you like if I snipped it off? Things like that, which I would never do, of course. But that's fantasy, and that I mean, it's a pretty different fantasy. It's up there. I'm trying to think of another one. But yeah, castration is definitely up there. And I recently received a question like that actually a week ago. And it's just a hard no, of course. Yeah, so that's the answer to that. But for me, I mean, I find it strange that, like, okay, why would you want to lose your balls? Well, again, because it's all fantasy. The person might not really want to, lose their testicles, of course, but talking about it, fantasizing about a woman just snipping them off, will get that person off, the person that's really into that type of fantasy. So, yeah. So, question number 4. This is a good question too. Am I weird for being in this lifestyle? No, you're not weird. Uh, you're not weird at all for being in this lifestyle. However, weird is good. Weird is fun. Weird is different. It's good to be different. It's good to, it's good to be weird. I mean, sure, maybe you are weird. Maybe you're not weird. I don't know. I mean, um, but personally, I'll tell you firsthand that like when I first started, I didn't find myself weird. I just found like my my belonging, like this is where I belong. This is what I belong doing. This um yeah, and for doing it for so long, I just don't find it. I mean, it's different, it's good to be different. It's good to be unique. It's good to have a kink or two or three. So, I've had somebody in the past actually tell me that they wanted to see a psychiatrist for this because they felt like so weird for being into this kink, and this person had said, yeah, my psychologist said this and that and this and that. I said, well, that's between you two. You can't share that information with me. It's confidential. And also, they just felt the need to see a psychiatrist because they felt really weird for being into what they were into. And that's okay too if you want to, that's okay to talk to somebody about, your fetishes and fantasies and kink. It's, but weird. I don't know. It's, for me personally, I didn't feel weird getting into this lifestyle. I just felt uh, I just knew this is where I belong. So, but like I said, weird is a good thing. It's good to be weird. It's good to be different. Yeah. I got a personal question from somebody else. Are you a switch? So switching means that um, the person likes to get spanked or likes to be spanked, or the person enjoys being tied up, or the same person enjoys tying up. So they're switching roles top to bottom, or dominant, submissive, or sadomasochist. The question for that, for personally me, no, I'm not a switch. I'm a top. I'm a dominant one. I am in control. I enjoy inflicting pain, uh, whether it's spanking or nipple play or CBT, or tying somebody up, placing them in bondage, keeping them as my victim of the day per se. But I'm not a switch. I'm a top, dominant. And I know it's a label, but that's just what I enjoy. I don't enjoy receiving a spanking, or I don't enjoy being in bondage, or but people but it, to be honest, like when you're starting into this lifestyle, it's also good to feel a paddle, to feel how it feels on your bottom, or feel nipple clamps on your nipples, to feel how it feels if you were to apply nipple clamps to your partner. So when I started out personally, I did feel it. I did want to feel how it felt getting spanked. So when I would attend dungeon parties at the age of 19, I would have my master friend like, hey, can you spank me? I want to feel this, or can you apply these clothespins on my body? I want to feel it. I just wanted to feel the feel. And after doing that twice with him, I'm just like, I don't enjoy it. I don't, at first I was like, okay, maybe I just wanted to give it a second shot, and I just personally didn't enjoy the pain aspect of it. Also, I had him, because he had a whip at the time, like a leather single tail whip. I'm like, oh, I want to feel how that feels. And it hurt so much. I'm like, nope, no, not for me. So that's the answer for me personally. But when you begin into this lifestyle, I mean, it would be, you could experiment, here and there, see how a paddle feels, um, or having your hair pulled, or being blindfolded and gagged, and um, yeah, I mean, it doesn't all have to be about pain. It could also be about like teasing, like being on the bottom with your partner on top, tying you down, teasing you. And that's pretty erotic, where you're blindfolded and gagged, and him or her whispering in your ear, saying all the naughty things they're going to do to you. And then all of a sudden, when you're blindfolded, you feel candle wax on your body. So it could be fun, to bottom. And, you just got to experiment, see what you're into, really. But for me personally, I enjoy being on the top, being the dominant one, and that's what I enjoy. So that's the answer to that question. Okay, another question. Ball busting. I want to be able to have kids. Will I be able to have kids? Um, well, with ball busting, if you're into ball busting, you have to be careful, of course. You want to, express your limits to the person that's kicking you in the nuts. So that's your kink. That's cool. But you have to, the last thing you want is to be paralyzed. The last thing you want is to end up in the hospital. So you do have to be careful with it. You have to, play with somebody that um, you trust with ball busting, and communication is key, of course. So tell the person, hey, can you kick me lightly, moderately, heavy? Heavy though, but that is a good question. You, I mean, I'm not a medical professional per se, but I I know that there are people that are into ball busting, and that's cool, but you do have to be careful with it. Will you be able to have kids? Of course, you'll be able to have kids. You're not going to be damaged down there as long as you play with the person that you trust and that they know what they're doing, really, um, when it comes to kneeing you in the balls, kicking you, punching you. Sure, it will hurt for a couple days after that, but you're not going to end up in the hospital unless this person, gets you in the kidney, or kicks you really, 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 really hard till the last thing you want also is bleeding blood. You don't want that at all either. Um, so, sure, you will be able to have kids as long as you're not permanently paralyzed. So, again, safe, sane, and consensual. You want to, test out your limits first. If you're into ball busting, try it out lightly if you like that, and then have the person like increase, and then increase a little more, a little more, and then give a code word like, okay, banana is my code word. If I say banana, that's it, stop. Or mercy, or cherry, or strawberry, whatever code word you give to your partner. So, yeah, but that's a really good question, and but just play safely, and yes, you'll be able to have kids as long as you're not permanently damaged. That's the last resort. That's the last resort. You want to end up in the hospital. No, no, no. So just have fun with it. And that, um, yeah, and it's a lot of fun personally to kick somebody in the balls. The person that's, of course, into it, of course. Um, Not just a random person, unless, like, I don't know, I've had, like, like, um, like personally me, like, when I first started, I was afraid too, like, oh my God, am I going to paralyze this person? And I don't remember my very first ball busting experience, but it was long ago. I just, um, I, I, it was just so long ago that I was like, okay, I'm here to do this. I'm here to beat somebody's ass. So that's what I did. And yeah, so ball busting also, like barefoot ball busting, high heels. I mean, I would just skip the high heels, but that's your choice if you're into ball busting. But barefoot ball busting, it's fun. It's fun. And as long as it's done safely and sanely and consensually. And yeah, next time I'll be happy to answer some more questions from you all. Just feel free and write me anytime if you would like to, have your question or questions answered. Actually, I do have one more question. Okay. Some of us experience kink folk view BDSM as a form of healing. How has BDSM kink nurtured and healed you? And that could be mentally, spiritually, metaphysically, or even physically. Yes, it is euphoric. It is, for me personally, to answer your question, anonymous number. Anonymous, how many questions did I answer already? Anonymous number 7, I believe. I think this is the 7th question. At any rate, let me answer your question. It is, for me personally, euphoric. It's fun. It's a stress reliever for me personally. And also, I just feel good doing it, tying somebody up and having my way with the person. So I do what I do to, feel good. So BDSM, it feels good personally. And kink nurtured and healed you, healed me. Well, yeah, it's a great form of, it's therapeutic. It's more like euphoric. Like every time I'm done with a person, I feel like, wow, like I feel like so good because the person feels so good. The person's either on cloud 9, and when they're like, experiencing a session with me, or they have all types of, different feelings. Like they might cry or giggle or be silent or talk a lot. Everybody's different. So personally for me, it's euphoric, and it's stress relieving and therapeutic for me to do what I do. But everybody's different, really. It is spiritual for me too. And also, when when the slave, submissive, kinkster, whomever I'm seeing feels good at the end, I feel good too. So, yeah. So, a session can be, the sessions range from either like somebody either wanting to get beat up with like beat up meaning like ball busted or spanked or nipple teasing, nipple clamps, clothespins on the cock and balls. A session can range from that pain to pleasure, pleasure like teasing and tying the person up. And not everybody's into pain. Some people are into like the teasing aspect of BDSM, being tied up, bound and gagged, and having my fingernails just teasing the person, like teasing the person's nipples. And it just all, like I could go on and on and on. But I'm not going to, but I hope I answered your question. For me, it's euphoric, it's therapeutic, it's spiritual, it's a great escape for me too from the stress that, life can bring. Unfortunately, sometimes stress is there. Stress sucks. So, but when I'm done with the session, I feel a lot less stressed for me personally. And for somebody that's getting into this lifestyle, you might have different reactions, different emotional emotions too, and yeah, try it out with the right person or persons and just have fun, really. Yeah, I really hope I answered all of your questions. So that was the last question of this episode 4, Xena, live as a dominatrix. So episode 5 will be coming out next week, February 22nd. And this will be aired tomorrow, February 15th. Oh, by the way, today's the 14th. To those who happen to celebrate Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day to you all. And I hope you all enjoy your day. And like I said, if you have any questions, feel free and write me, and I'll be happy to answer them in a next episode of Xena Life as a Dominatrix. Thank you so much for listening.